If you want to make a good first impression every single time, then these are 5 tips to help you achieve that. And if you implement all of these tips, you'll notice people will respect you a lot more, and you'll respect yourself more as well. So, starting with number 1, the way you dress. You want to try to be the best dressed person in the room every time. That could be as simple as wearing jeans and a t-shirt when everyone else is wearing really informal, casual clothing like joggers. So rather than wearing the joggers, replace it with something like jeans or chinos, khakis, however you pronounce that, or suit trousers. Currently, I'm working as a kitchen porter in a restaurant, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on the way that I dress. And all I wear is suit trousers with a tucked in polo and just a black belt. A simple outfit like that, and I get loads of compliments on my outfit. It's very easy to dress well. You just need to understand the basics and choose smarter pieces of clothing rather than really informal, casual pieces. Another tip is, rather than wearing a t-shirt, wear a polo shirt, because the collar makes a massive difference. Don't wear any hoodies at all, they look super casual, you don't want to wear them. And avoid graphic t-shirts, anything that has graphics on it. You just want plain pieces of clothing, just single colours. That will help you look a lot more put together and like you really care about your appearance. No offence, but if you're wearing hoodies and graphic t-shirts, you look like a child. So you just want to avoid those. And I know hoodies keep you warm, so you might want to wear them. But instead you can go for something like a quarter zip, like I'm wearing here, just a simple blue quarter zip. This is my favourite piece of clothing in my wardrobe. But also just any kind of sweaters. Go for the old money aesthetic. If you just search up old money aesthetic, you'll see it makes you look rich, well put together. So just have a look at that, get some inspiration, and try to get some simple pieces in your wardrobe that you can kind of mix and match and just put together and make random outfit combinations. Just try new things, because if you don't, you won't find a good style and you won't find what's right for you. But the number one way to make any outfit look 10 times better is to be in good shape. You need to start going to the gym, because when you've got broader shoulders and a more narrow waist, you can clearly tell that even when you're wearing clothing. And when someone can tell that you've been going to the gym consistently, they respect you a lot more because they can tell you've been putting in the work. You're a disciplined person. All of a sudden they start to trust you more because they can tell that you've been consistent over time with this one really difficult habit. Something that I've noticed is if you really want to appear more dominant and get more respect from other men, then you need to have a bigger size. Like, you don't just want to be lean, but you want to eat a lot. You need to bulk and actually build up your size. See, I'm cutting at the moment, so I'm trying to lose weight. But very soon I'm going to be going on a lean bulk to try to build up more size. And when you do that, you look a lot bigger in your t-shirts, in your clothing, and you just look a lot more muscular in general. The bigger you are, the bigger your chest is, the bigger your arms are, the more respect you'll get from other people. When you're in the gym, really try to build up your chest, arms, shoulders and back. That will give you kind of a V taper and you'll just look better in your clothing and you'll get more respect because you'll look more muscular. So number 3 is your communication. Recently, I've been reading a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it teaches you how to basically speak to people in an effective manner and generally become more likable. One of the main things that he emphasises in this book is to become genuinely interested in the other person. So ask them questions, ask them about their life, just rather than talking about yourself, ask them about themselves. The most commonly used word in the English language is I. People love talking about themselves. You probably know this yourself. You love talking about yourself, let's be honest. And that's why when you ask someone about their life and what they do, they will love talking to you. And you shouldn't just ask them questions for the sake of it. You need to be genuinely interested. You need to actually care. Like, start thinking to yourself, I really want to learn more about this person that I'm speaking to. They have such an interesting life and I can learn a lot from them. Recently, I've been improving my communication skills and speaking skills by reading books out loud. I just sit in the car for 20 minutes a day and read a book out loud. I read self-improvement books, and when you do this, first of all, you retain the knowledge from the book a lot more, but also you train your ability to speak in an effective way, and your vocabulary is also improved, especially when you're really focusing on improving a certain part of your speech. Like for me, I'm trying to really pronounce my T's more clearly. I find that a lot of the time I speak in quite an informal way. Basically, I'm trying to go for that stereotypical posh British voice. So I'm trying to read out loud in that voice. And yeah, I'm just trying to get more towards that. Also, being educated improves your communication a lot. Recently, I was in a car with someone and he was giving me a lift somewhere. And he was basically explaining books to me, like self-improvement books, and he was able to remember these concepts that he'd read a long time ago. And when I was talking to him and he was teaching me about certain lessons from books that he'd read, I was thinking to myself, this person is really educated. He sounds very smart. And honestly, I respected him so much after that conversation, because I'm interested in self-improvement. And here he was, he had memorised all of these self-improvement stories from these books. And it was very impressive. So I'm trying to get to that point as well, where I can just remember these stories from these books and clearly explain it to people and teach them lessons that I've learned just from reading. Number 4, your posture. If you want to make a good first impression, then you need to be standing upright, like up straight, with your chest out and your shoulders back. You just need to stand up straight. You don't want to be slouched down with your shoulders forwards, like, do you know, the gamer posture? People who play games all the time are using a keyboard and mouse. They're just sitting slouched all the time. And that causes them to have very poor posture. So a way that you can improve your posture is by doing stretches every evening. Now, if you search up a stretching routine that you can use, you just want to stretch out your chest. You also need to stretch out your hips as well so that you don't get an anterior pelvic tilt. A good tip that I've learned is to imagine you've got a string attached to you and it's pulling you upwards. So you have to stay up straight because you're being pulled up by this string. If you visualise that and really imagine that a string is pulling you up, then you will just have good posture all the time. And of course, tying into number 2, if you're in good shape and you're not overweight, then you'll have better posture in general. And number 5, make sure you're well groomed. Now, at the moment, I'm kind of breaking this rule because I'm well overdue on a haircut. You need to make sure you've got a smart hairstyle and that it's well kept. It's not overgrown at the back or anything. A nice fade around the sides looks very nice. It makes you look well groomed and well put together. And if you're clean shaven, make sure you're never letting any hair be visible on your face. So I'm training for the army at the moment and we're told to shave every single day just to prevent that hair from coming out and so that you look well groomed all the time. And if you do have facial hair, make sure you're, trimming the lines well. Make sure it doesn't look overgrown or anything. Trim, I think it's 2 fingers above your Adam's apple. Anything below that just needs to be shaved. Just don't slip on your appearance. Don't let it get overgrown, because it really is something that people do notice. And when you're making a first impression, if you've got overgrown hair, you haven't shaved in a while, then people are going to view you as sloppy and you'll look like you don't care about your appearance. Overall, you just look more disciplined if you're taking care of yourself and how you look. And a tip I forgot to mention earlier for clothing, make sure you get some jewellery as well, like a nice watch. that makes you look more mature and like you care about your time. If you implement these 5 tips, you'll find you're respected a lot more by other people and you just look a lot more well put together. So let me know how it goes. If this helped you, make sure to comment below. Maybe give some other tips. But yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.